In the early spring, Peter and I decided to revisit some of Ivo's favourite line-side locations between Bath and Evercreech Junction. We headed first to the summit of the 2-mile climb out of Bath at the southern end of Lincoln Vale, an isolated and, in summer, a picturesque location.
Right. And often we used to see them across here in the field, of course. They used to take broadside shots of us on the Pines Express.
Yes, well, that was possible in those days, but it wouldn't be now. I mean, that was all grass then, wasn't it?
It was all overgrown down, trees and so on. It's incredible, really, to come back and see it.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's the old brick base to the linesman's hut that was situated there.
Yeah.
Of course, when the line was first opened in, was it 1874?
That's right.
It was single track all the way down to Evercreech, wasn't it?
Well, yes, but of course, later on, much of the line was doubled.
The favourite spot of mine there was just above the entrance to Combe Down Tunnel. And in the spring, when the spring green was about on the trees, it was quite delightful.
Amazing when you think, Peter, the entire 26 miles from Bath Junction down to Evercreech were built in just 2 years.
Yes, it was amazing. Incredible feat of engineering, really, wasn't it?
Well, Peter, here we are at Combe Down Tunnel. I don't suppose you used to want to hang around in here too long?
Well, not really, Mike. I mean, this tunnel was just over a mile long and extremely restricted bore. If you had a large engine, it was only about 12 inches from the top of the chimney to the roof.
I suppose that explains this, the old build-up of the soot.
Well, I think I probably contributed to some of that.
You reckon you put half an inch of that on there, do you?
I probably do, in actual fact. But of course, this tunnel and the similar Devonshire tunnel, they were really bad for footplate men because they were on steep gradients. And of course, the engine would be labouring for a tunnel like this. I mean, this particular tunnel, if you're on a northbound freight, you would be travelling pretty slowly through here. And the engine would be working extremely hard. And of course, all the exhaust fumes would be going down off the chimney and choking the footplate crew. And it certainly wasn't pleasant at all.
So you swept down through Combe Down Tunnel and you popped out the other end into Horsecombe Vale, which was, superb scenery, absolutely magnificent. And the gradient increased to 1 in 55 down, and you swept down over Tucking Mill Viaduct, and then on down past the grounds of Midford Castle, and then you came to the little Midford station, all single line.
Well, to me, Peter, of course, this was the most picturesque section of the entire line, down through Midford Station and along the Midford Valley.
Well, of course, Mike, you're biased, aren't you? I mean, you used to work the signal box here, didn't you? So they tell me.
Well, better not say too much about that.
No.
Ah, look, Peter, they've taken down the overgrowth here, and that's the sort of view you used to get all the way along through the length of Midford Station, which we're approaching now. And there's the old Great Western line from Limpingstoke to Camerton over on the bridge there.
Oh, yes.
Where they filmed the Titfield Thunderbolt in 1952.
I remember, yes. No, I think actually the first photograph of Ivo's that I saw was taken at Midford. I thought then, what a marvellous place, how beautiful. And it still is, isn't it, Mike?
It is, yeah. Yeah, even the sun comes out at Midford, you see.
But of course.
Let's walk on down and try and find the station.
Right.
Oh, just along here, Peter, is where one of the signal wires used to run underneath the platform. Yeah, there's the pulley wheel just there, you see.
Oh, yes, there it is. We used to work all the expresses to Bath, and so we used to flash through here at some speed, and we didn't see the incidental details, if you like.
I know, you used to come through a bit too fast sometimes. You used to rattle the windows in the box, Peter.
Oh, is that right?
Midford box, it was quite magnificent. It was always absolutely spotless. There'd never be a trace of dirt anywhere. And the brass was cleaned every day, and the floor was polished at least twice a week. And this was done mainly by two signalmen, the late Percy Savage and the late Harry Wiltshire. Sadly, they both died now. But Percy and Harry, two absolutely charming people, gentlemen in the true sense of the term. And what absolutely staggered me was that The very last day the Somerset and Dorset was open, all the brass was cleaned, the floor was polished, just as usual.
It's so sad, Peter, to see all this desolation of something that you would have thought would have gone on forever.
Indeed.
Let's have a look at this picture I've brought along of Ivo's. Now, we're stood in exactly the same spot that he took this picture back in the 50s. Well, the old viaduct's still there, Peter, and the pub. Let's go down and have a pint.
Never mind the pint. Mike, I thought you were going to tell me about your courting days in the signal box at Midford.
Oh, well, I promised Sandra we wouldn't mention that. Sadly, not a foot of track remains between Bath and Evercreech, but the Somerset and Dorset Railway Trust found a home and established a museum here at Washford on the West Somerset Railway. One exhibit in particular recaptures for me the atmosphere of the old line. It's the creation of Peter Cattermole. Midford Box. This brings back special memories for me, Peter. How on earth did you manage to recreate this so accurately?
Well, it's thanks to Ivo and his marvellous photographs, because from those we've collected together all this stuff here and recreated the interior of the old Midford box, right down to the lever plates and the lever descriptions.
Are any of these from Midford Box?
There's just one item from the old Midford box, and all the rest has come from Southampton and from British Rail elsewhere.
And what's the one item?
One item's number 14 plate.
Oh, the old up inner home. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And all the brass work we polish up, and most of it works now. And whether you would like to try your hand at reliving 25 years ago in our box here.
Well, we'll have a go. Let's see if we can put a down train to Wellow.
Well, there's the duster.
Oh,
you take it over.
Yes, indeed.
Train on for Wellow then, Mike.
Right, let's have a go. Long time since I've done this. A little bit easier to pull than they used to be.
Yeah, I thought they might be. Don't forget your number 4.
No.
And then there's a big pull coming up for the distant. Over she goes. That's it.
What have we got in here, Mike?
Well,
Still a little bit missing, I see.
yes, but it's not that far away.
Another of the Trust's more ambitious projects, led by Mike Palmer, is the restoration to full working order of S&D Class 7F, number 53808. When Ivo filmed the same engine at Bath in the early 60s, she was nearing the end of 39 years' service on the S&D, during which period Ivo must have photographed her on countless occasions.
A number of railmen have a great collection of photographs thanks to Ivo, and it's certainly a collection, in my case, is something which I shall always treasure. And also we were always pleased if we had the opportunity to give him a footplate ride, which Donald, Bill and I did on a number of occasions.
It made me feel very humble at times, the way these expert railwomen would welcome me sort of with open arms. I was a pure amateur. And yet, wherever I went on a Saturday, I'd be, say, welcomed with open arms and had delightful treatment by all and sundry. This is the camera I used, which was Bell and Howell, and I did all my filming in 16mm and all in colour. Most of my shots were done on a tripod. Very early on, I'd been given a lecture by a professional saying, Ivo, you must remember that what you are filming is doing the moving, you are not. And I was also given very wise instruction early on about practicing panning. Panning is where you swing the camera on its tripod, keeping as closely as you can focused on the engine. It's a one sweet swing through. The slightest hesitation or the slightest jerk in panning, and when you see it on the screen, you'll be horrified, think, gosh, what have I done?